It seems like this month just started. Now we about to be in fucking December. Mm-mm. Hope everyone had a good weekend. You know, it's crazy how a
Mhm.
lot of our favorite songs that we listened to was meant for somebody else.
Right.
Like I was reading up about Genuine Pony was originally for Jodeci
What?
and stuff.
I don't know if I
I
could see
can.
them doing that though.
You said what?
I don't know if I could see them doing that.
Honestly, that's not that much of a stretch because
Mhm.
that beat alone was
Right.
very Jodeci esque. Like the show, the party, the after party, the hotel.
Mhm.
It kind of have that future synth R&B sound that Devontae was going to for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then I read En Vogue's "Don't Let Go" was originally for Aerosmith. I'm just like, oh hell no.
What? Wow.
I think I'm like no, 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 because that was around the time when they were doing that. I don't want to miss a thing.
Mhm.
That I hate that fucking song. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
And I think that's like their most successful song. Go figure.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, it's like in an alternate universe. Imagine if like all your favorite songs was gone to the original person that was for like Johnny Kemp's "Just Got Paid" was originally for Keith Sweat.
That I could see Keith Sweat doing though.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
For sure. He gave away a hit.
Right,
You
and I
know.
think.
He,
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
he told Johnny, it's okay, Johnny. I'm gonna have many more hits after this. You can take one. That's gonna be the only one.
That was his only hit too.
His only hit.
Right, and there was other songs too. You know what I'm saying? Even
Mhm.
like going back, that Aretha Franklin song "Until You Come Back to Me,"
Oh,
that was originally for Gladys Knight and
all right.
shit. Yeah, but then you have motherfuckers that would be all pissed about it, saying, "Oh
Right.
well, he made it a hit. That was for me, but he didn't make it a hit." So go figure. There was another song too that kind of blew my mind. It
Um,
was what else is going on? So Jules Santana, he said that reading is not important. He
you said
feels
what?
like he said reading is
Reading
not
is not
important.
important. Oh God.
That's that's what Jules Santana.
Wow. And this is why he is what he is now. Not a legend.
He said that if people want to read, they can go on YouTube and listen to an audiobook.
Some of these niggas like it's like they say the most stupidest shit, and the they get all the promotion in the world, and for what? For saying dumb shit like that.
Exactly. I
Y'all
just
gotta
don't understand.
stop. Stop with the
It's,
foolishness, black people.
it's like really. Hmm. Maybe if you learn to read, maybe you will have good contracts. But I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that. What else? What else is going on? What else is going on? Bel Air season 4 premiered today with 3 episodes and shit. Yeah, I'm talking to myself. Great. Oh, there you are. Yeah, Bel Air season 4 debuted today.
Hell yeah.
And honestly,
How come I can't see myself?
you said what?
How come I can't see myself right now?
You said you can't see yourself. It's
Nah,
your.
my camera's on, but I can't see myself.
I have no idea.
Let me come back.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So cute. How about now?
Nope. I still don't see. Yo, send me the link again. I don't know what's going on with you.
All right, I'll send you the link again. I got
All
you.
right.
What's up, Mike? What else is going on? Yep, December's slowly creeping up and everything. I always see all these Black Friday promos and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of a Cyber Monday kind of guy than Black Friday and everything like that. So I think now people even call Black Friday a holiday and shit. You know what I'm saying? How about now?
Still don't see it. Oh, okay. It's just EV Mux, I guess.
Okay,
I,
can
I
y'all
see
see?
me, but I see me, but I can't see it on the thing. I
You
don't know
say
what
you
the
can't
hell.
see.
Nah, I can't see myself on it. I see you and I see me, but I don't see it on the screen though.
You see you see me, but you don't see
Yeah.
you on the.
Nah.
Okay. Can y'all see both of us in the chat? Uh, he's streaming, man. I tell you.
They all fucked up.
What else is going on? I heard. I was saying. Did you see the first 3 episodes of season 4 of Bel Air?
Yeah, didn't we talk about that?
No, the new season debuted today. The season 4.
Nah, I ain't watching it.
Uh, okay. So everyone said they can see both of us. Okay, as long as they can see both of us.
Can't see myself on the screen though. I see us in the private chat. I don't see us on myself on the screen though.
Well, I added you to the stream. That's the thing. I
Nah,
don't know what's. I mean, I added you to the video and shit.
this whole shit is fucked up. EV Mux is all fucked up.
I mean, I would do StreamYard, but StreamYard has that stupid ass delay and shit. Like if I say something, and then 10 seconds later you might get it, and shit like that too. So it's just like that delay is just killing me. Maybe they didn't get rid of Hangouts. You won't have this issue. TT was asking you, have you seen Lady Sings the Blues?
Nope.
You said no.
No.
You said why didn't they put Now or Never on Big L's? I didn't even feel like listening to new Big L. I heard some snippets on that. I'm like, nah, I'm good on that. I don't really do a lot of posthumous albums, and but ironically, the album anniversary I'm doing is a posthumous album, so that's the irony. Like to some of that, if y'all were gonna do a Big L posthumous album, at least get some unreleased shit that he did.
That shit was
Don't
trash.
fuck with,
Straight
don't
trash.
the way how they fucked up the beat to 7 minute freestyle. They added that extra piano loop. I'm like,
He
no,
didn't. He
no,
didn't. He didn't have a lot of unreleased stuff. So what was the point of doing that album?
exactly.
That was trash.
Exactly.
Trash album. One of the worst
Like
albums.
if anything, y'all should just came out with that documentary y'all were already promising about Big L.
Trash. Nobody asked for a Big L album because he didn't have shit.
Like where was Fat Joe? Where was fucking? I mean, you had a little bit of showbiz, but where was Diamond D, Lord Finesse, and shit?
Crap. Not struck out with that one.
Yeah, TT, I did see Lady Sings the Blues. That's you know me, you know me. I seen that shit years ago. Very raw, trippy movie though. But I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah, man, that might be my least favorite of the Legend Has It series, next to Ghostface and Supreme Clientele 2. To be real with you, but yeah, let's get this shit started. What's up, you two? How y'all doing? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Try in the building with me. How you doing, Try?
So
All right. Before I start, I want to give a few rest in pieces. Rest in peace to Jelly Bean Johnson. If you guys don't know, he was the drummer, guitarist, and everything like that. Mostly known for working with the Time and everything. But before the Time, he was also on Flight Time and shit like that, which is like the predecessor of the Time and everything like that too. If you guys know about the Minneapolis Sound, you will definitely hear his name. Not only did he work with the Time, he also worked with acts like Alexander O'Neal, New Edition, Sherelle. Um, he produced some of Mint Condition's first album, and also he also worked with Janet Jackson a few times and stuff like that too. Most notably the song Black Cat and everything like that on the Rhythm Nation album. So rest in peace to Jelly Bean Johnson. Also rest in peace to Jimmy Cliff. You know what I'm saying? Which that one was a shock and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, Jimmy Cliff is like one of the most influential ska and reggae acts of all time. You know what I'm saying? If you guys know about reggae, you will know about the Harder They Come movie and stuff like that that came out 1972. I do have the soundtrack. I do have the soundtrack and stuff like that too, which I feel like that's like in terms of like breakthrough, that's like some of his best known work and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I grew up on a lot of Jimmy Cliff shit. You know what I'm saying? Sitting here on Limbo, Many Rivers to Cross, all that fucking shit. He even did a cover of that song I Can See Clearly Now by what's the dude who did the original? I think his name is like Johnny Nash. I think. Yeah, if you guys know, y'all know the song. I Can See Clearly Now. The rain is gone. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know that record and shit. All right. So the posthumous album that I'm going to do for my album anniversary is Tupac with Are You Still Down? Remember Me. You know what I'm saying? Which pretty much is like the technically the first posthumous album. I'm not gonna count Don Illuminati because he did actively work on an album before he passed away and everything like that too. And I do have the album, I just don't have the album cover. So this is what the album looks like. This album came out November 25th, 1997, with pretty much almost a year after he passed away and everything like that too. So I know I've said I don't really care for posthumous albums, but if it's done right, then I would definitely give it a just due. like the Big L's Big Picture album and everything like that too. That one was done right and shit. You know what I'm saying? But this one was pretty much done right. Maybe my favorite posthumous album from Pac. And the reason why I like this album is because it has shit from the Thug Life era, the Strictly for My Niggas era, like shit from like 92 to 94. And they didn't really, most of it is like pretty much its original form, which I fucking like. You had some touches, like some sample clearances here and there, but at the same time, it's not anything like, oh my God, it's trash and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, you have songs like Definition of a Thug Nigga, which that was also on the Poetic Justice soundtrack. Warren G did that beat. He had a song called "Do for Love" featuring Eric Williams of Blackstreet, which of course uses the classic Bobby Caldwell sample and everything like that. Soul Shock and Carlin, they did this thing on that production. Um, I wonder if Heaven Got a Ghetto. You know what I'm saying? That was a dope song. Hellraiser with Stretch and Val Young and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, pretty much a dope posthumous album from Pop and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? If you a diehard fan of Tupac, this is the posthumous album I would recommend getting and stuff like that too. Like until the end of time does have some original stuff, but this one definitely has Pac at its like rawest form, pre-death row, and everything like that too. What do you think of this "Are You Still Down" album? Shit,
The only good posthumous album from him. It's the only good
I
one.
agree. Definitely agree. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Because everything else, it was just like weird sample clearances and shit like that. And it was just like the posthumous Pac albums was pretty much keeping the lights on at Death Row at that time and shit like that. Because let's be real, if you guys know Death Row when it went by the roll into 2000s, a lot of their the most successful albums was Tupac posthumous albums and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, man. But like I said, I would recommend you just getting "Are You Still Down." I mean, Until the End of Time again has some OG shit too, but I heard some of Until the End of Time. I didn't really care for it too much,
Better Days
but
has some OG tracks too, but the whole album was crap.
I didn't like the Better Days one. And
Mhm.
the less about loyal to the game, the better. That's all I'm gonna say and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, the album that we're going to talk about today is De La Soul with their recent album that they came out with Friday, Cabin in the Sky. This is the first album that they did without Dove, who passed away 2023. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he still contributes to the album and whatnot. Of course, you guys should know De La Soul consists of members Dove, Pasta News, and Maceo. This is still part of the whole Mass Appeal series, whereas the Legend Has It series and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It came out with two singles, The Package and Day in the Sun, Getting With You. Featured guests include Giancarlo Esposito, you know what I'm saying? Dope actor, Yummy Bengam, Killer Mike.
I like when Red fucks up the names. I miss that.
Okay. Jay Farrow, Gareth Duncan, Yukimi, Q-Tip, Nas, Jenna Loring, Black Thought, Common, Slick Rick, Bilal, and that's pretty much all the guest appearances. Producers include De La Soul. Um, Dave also does some solo production and shit. DJ Premier, Eric and Joshua, Jake One, Maceo also does some solo production. Knots. I'm not gonna be real. All the De La Soul acts does solo production. I'm not even gonna mention his solo acts. Knots, Pete Rock,
Mhm.
Sam Wish, Super Dave West. All my stakes is high, motherfuckers. Y'all should know about Super Dave West and everything like that.
We got
All
two
right,
two Daves on here.
right, that part. Now, like I said, we pretty much did all of De La Soul's albums and shit like that too. So we're not even gonna go through the whole biography and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So they announced that they were working on this album. So originally, this album was supposed to have been. It went through like a few production lines. Because at first, it was saying it was solely going to be produced by Primo. I'm not Primo, by Prince Paul. Then, pretty much, it was saying that it was just going to be a Pete Rock and DJ Premier produced album and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? And so you like I said, fast forward to 2023, Dove passed away from heart failure, where she's been having heart failure for a couple of years and stuff like that. This only came out um, weeks after they got the master rights of their music and shit like that too. And all of a sudden, once their music came on streaming, they pretty much had a whole new level of popularity and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Cause let's be real, there was a lot of cats that really much forgetting the impact that they brought to the game and
Yeah.
whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I and like I said, I talk my shit about streaming here and there, but at the same time too, I'm glad that De La Soul is getting like a resurgence in popularity because they were really one of the most innovative acts. Like when it comes to like hip hop and everything, like how everyone uses this term, and I hate this term, backpack rap and everything like that too. De La Soul kind of started that trend. I hate to say it, but me personally, as much as I appreciate that the music on streaming, I'm a collector of their music, and I don't have all their albums. I pretty much have like their first four albums, and at the same time, those are my favorite albums from De La Soul. Because I noticed that their 2000s output, I noticed that their 2000s output kind of is like going high in price a little bit because, well, not even in the 2000s, but I would even say stakes is high and up because even stakes is high is kind of pricey now, and I just realized that. And also, just a little warning: yes, their music on streaming, but some songs has been altered for sample clearances here and there and shit like that too. That's why I always tell y'all motherfuckers, physical matters and shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So Paz and Maceo did some touring here and there, especially did some touring with Wu Tang and Nas when they did that whole New York State of Mind tour and everything like that too. And pretty much they announced that they were doing a whole album on Master P Records because at this time Nas is on a mission to do albums with like almost every hip hop legend. We still waiting. Oh wait, no, not Erica Badu. It's not gonna be on Master P. It's not.
Right.
Okay, never mind that. So we still waiting on that album though. We still waiting, but hey, fuck it.
Right.
But yeah, man. So this album came out Friday and shit like that. This is the album cover. Pretty dope album cover. I kind of see it as a tribute to Dave. If you ask
Yeah.
me, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Um, that's pretty much a dope way to see it and everything like that too. Yeah, man. I definitely glad we're in an age of where we have the new De La Soul, a new De La Soul album. And I want to say something before. I'm going to say something before I start the review. I'm just going to say this right now and everything like that too. This album is not touching that Tribe We Got It From Here album and everything like that. You
I
know what I'm
disagree.
saying?
I disagree.
I'm not saying I dislike it though. I'm
Uh,
not saying I dislike. I just want to let them know right now and everything because I don't know. I feel like they might have another album after. I don't know. Something tells me we
uh,
haven't heard the last Lost Soul. That's why I feel it's more than a good album. I'm spoiling myself right now,
uh,
but it's De La Soul we talking about. It's more than a good album.
but
But I feel like you said what?
they have a ton of unreleased music, so they can still bring out albums and shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, I'm seeing people on social media kind of compare this to that Tribe We Got It From Here album. That
I think
Tribe
it's
album
better.
You said what?
I think this is better.
Really?
Yeah,
Ooh.
production wise, I do have a gripe with this album, but it's minor. But production wise, I think it's better than the Tribe album. The songs to me is better, and they didn't have a whole bunch of features like Tribe had a whole bunch of features on the album, which they never do.
You got a point there, but I feel like yes, they did have a lot of features, but at the same time, the features was used right in that Tribe album, and it was used right in the Daylight album too, and stuff like that. But I feel like that album is not only a finale to Tribe Called Quest, but
Mhm.
just a love letter to their legacy
Right.
and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what? Let's just get to the review because I don't want
Yeah.
to say too much before we get to the songs and shit.
Right.
But I just want to point out because Tribe has been on my mind a lot lately,
Uh huh.
especially when we talked about the whole Jay Dilla shit last week and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But let's get started though, because this album I do have a lot to say about this album. So the first track might be one of the best intros I've ever heard on an album. Cabin Talk album intro featuring Giancarlo Esposito. You know what I'm saying? If I'm saying his last name right, you know what I'm saying. But
Esposito.
y'all know
Esposito.
that's what I said.
You said it differently.
You, you know my African accent,
I know
man.
what
Come
you
on,
mean.
all right. So this is an interesting way to start an album because what I liked about the way how he started off, it's like Giancarlo is playing like a teacher of a conference or a lecturer or whatever,
Hmm.
and he does like this roll call of like all the guest appearances on the album, all the producers and shit like that. Excuse me, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Which I kind of felt like that was very original, and it shows how De La Soul was still ahead of the curve and still doing shit their own way and stuff like that. Because I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna. As much as I love like anonymous nobody as and stuff like that, I still feel it was pretty. I still feel like it was pretty safe for De La standards and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but let me not talk too much on the album. So yeah, they did the roll call and everything like that too, and I definitely fuck with it. So I love the intro. I already knew, yeah, we're gonna get some of that classic De La Soul here.
I loved it. Definitely loved the intro. Um, the way that they did it with Giancarlo as a teacher, and is Dave here, and then the roll call with Knox and with Pete Rock and Jake One and Compton, Black Thought. Everybody's in the class, and the only one that's missing is Dave. Dave, where
Yeah,
are you? We know where he is, but I think going into the intro, this set the tone for the album and the whole album theme and the sound of it. And Dave is somewhere. We know where he is, but he's on the album. He's looming throughout the album, and he's being mentioned throughout the album. I like how they did that. Like we know where Dave is up in the sky, but his presence is felt all through the album. So, and I
exactly.
like how they cleverly did that. Like, oh, where's Dave in the class? He's missing, but he's not really missing. He's really here.
It's clever and sad at the same time, but at the same time motivational. That
Right,
is definitely a combination of all those tones and shit. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
All right, so track number two, You Don't Stop. Speaking of Dave, this was a solo production credit from him and stuff like that too. Pretty dope way to kick off the album. Definitely a favorite track of mine. You know what I'm saying? You definitely have Pasta News kicking it off and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Nice, nice way to kick off the album and everything. Um, I like the fact how they even mention like artificial intelligence and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Which an album that both me and Try have mixed feelings on, but at the same time, a mixed De La Soul album is still better than some of your favorite rappers' albums. That's all I'm gonna say. But Yeah, very very kick a nice way to kick off the album right here.
Love the beat. Dave again. Dave is here, but he's throughout the album. Even though we can't see him in the physical, he's here. Nice beat by True Goy. Yeah, Pa saying, so I keep moving at my best. And Cindy said, if you all stop, then Dave stops. And that wouldn't be the short shot. So we keep implementing that gift. The Daisy Age live, crack a jackbox, scratch sniff. Love this track. Set the tone for the whole album. And even when Pos is not playing Dave, he's always on his mind. And that's what I like. I
Right.
love the fact that he did that throughout the album and always having Dave on his mind. Sometimes you mention him, sometimes you don't, but through his rhymes, you know who he's talking about.
Huh. Exactly. Yeah, definitely. I definitely hear what you're saying and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, Next track we got is Sunny Storms. Now this was produced by Primo, and I'm not gonna hold you. This might be one of my favorite Primo beats I've heard in recent memory
I agree.
and shit like that. Part of me feels like he had this beat stored because it sounds like a Primo beat he would have definitely done
Uh,
maybe like mid 2000s, but he reworked it a bit and shit like that too. Now, if this is the kind of shit he's gonna bring on a Nas
oh
album,
yeah,
I'm kind of a little confident. I'm a little confident now. I'm a little
right,
confident
right.
and shit because I love Primo.
Mhm.
He's top five hip hop producers, but as honest as I am, he did some hit or miss shit in recent years. As honest as I am and shit. And I know people gonna be like, "Oh, you can't disrespect Primo." And I'm like,
Fuck
"Oh,
that,
shut the
fuck that.
fuck up."
There's greats that Swiss Beats fell off, Timberland fell off, and they're legends. You know,
Yeah, but Primo didn't fall off like Timberland and Swiss. Let's be real. Like
but
I can
he's
still,
falling off now. We've seen his decline for the last like 10 years.
yeah, but I'd rather listen to a Primo beat in the last 10 years than a Timberland beat in the last 10 years.
He
Cause
ain't come out with shit. What's the last shit that Timberland came out with that was good?
I wait. And
Exactly, he ain't come out with shit.
my point is, he just proved my point right there.
Those last two Justin Timberlake albums were not good. They were trash.
That man is
Okay,
still
so
in.
and Timberland was on here. So what does that tell you?
That man is still lost in the woods at this point with his suit and tie.
He lost in the woods and what was the other everything I thought I was. We didn't think nothing about that album. It was trash.
Like how you gonna go from R&B to country? Like, come on, Justin. Like,
So
just admit you want an NSYNC
at
reunion.
this point, leave Timberland alone. He got to work with somebody else now.
Well, he gonna work with Alchemist.
Somebody. It can't be Timberland again for his next album. It got to be somebody else now.
Hmm. All right, next. But yeah, what you think about this song?
I
You like
I
it?
love this song. This is already one of my favorites. I'm like, yo, this is the Primo that I miss. If we get a whole Primo album with Nas like this is gonna be an instant classic. I'm telling you already. This is the Primo I want to hear. Not that book. I'm already telling you, the best beats on this album was by Primo and Pete Rock. Easily. It's not even a debate. They had the best
I
beats on this album.
I,
And
I have to.
that's why I'm like, yo, maybe Primo is trolling us and he's saving the best shit for the Nas album because the Ransom shit was not good. The Rock Marcy shit was mediocre at best. That was not some of his best shit on neither of those two projects. And when we get to this Dela album, I'm like, yo, where the fuck were you at, Preem, for the last 10 years with these beats? This is the shit I want to hear from Primo. Okay, like we already know what Pete Rock can give us, but this is the shit I want to hear from Primo. This is one of the best Primo beats in a whole decade. This has
I
to be a
agree.
single. I see a lot of people already playing it. I love the track. When you have Toss saying, to debate and love has more stamina than hate, and shown in what we should choose to forsake. But knowledge isn't here to work on behalf of ego. Stormy weather moves through emotions of the people. Love this track, the scratching, the beat, the strings, the bass line. This is vintage Primo right here. One of the top three tracks on this album for me.
I agree. Like you just took the words right out of my mouth and shit. All right. Next track we got is Good Health. Um, Another fire ass track. This was produced by Super Dave West and stuff like that. What I got from this is like a braggadocio, braggadocio kind of song, mixing with how we have to watch our health and everything as black women as we get older and whatnot. We definitely have higher risk of like high blood pressure, cancer, and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So again, we're getting into vintage. See, this is the thing about, and this is what I love about this whole ageism in hip hop, because people always say, "Well, we don't need no old niggas rapping and shit
Uh,
like that." But at the same time, not a lot of quote unquote, and I hate this term, YNs. Not a lot of YNs are saying shit like this in their music and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I
very
and I hate
stupid.
and I hate that I hate that fucking term, and I'm not going to use that fucking term a lot on this fucking channel and shit like that too. Cause yeah, but yeah, man, and this is why I like a lot of these elder. I'm glad a lot of these like elder hip hop veterans and shit like that are coming back and whatnot too. Now, don't get me wrong, I love a lot of the new cats. I do love a lot of the new cats and shit, but I don't want to hear no TikTok nursery rhymes no more and shit. So
They're not definitely not giving you that.
nah, but yeah,
This
I
is,
do fuck with this.
this is not for the TikTok audience. You know, track was fire. I love the message in this. I love to see our legends talk about health in the black community, and we need more. We need more songs like that. I love the fact that Master Ace did that last year with the
Yeah,
yeah. Remember on the Brooklyn album, him and Marco Polo, they
right.
talked about being a vegetarian and eating right and exercising. And I love the fact that our legends are doing that and putting that message out there for the black community. Do not wait till you get old and gray to start eating right. Like do it early, you know. And yeah, True Goy on here. One of the few tracks that True Goy is on, and he's saying we in the gym, bitch, working out this chubby check. The twist is respected. The bitch keeps old niggas fit like Jack LaLanne. Spoon in my arrow cannot jack the lane, and I'ma bet the movie and the popcorn. They say sky's the limit. God damn it, I'm a rocket. Love this flow on that fire.
Huh. Yeah, you're definitely right about that. Definitely. All right. Moving on, we're gonna go to track number five. Will be. Now, I have mixed feelings about this track. You know what I'm
Uh
saying? On one hand, I do love the quirkiness of the track. It kind of gives me early De La Soul kind of vibes, like 3 Feet High and Rising. A little bit of De La Soul is Dead, because as much people want to say, "Oh, De La Soul is Dead," that's a dark album. Yeah, it does have its dark moments, but there were some songs that you can still place next to 3 Feet High and Rising, like fucking Roller Skating Jam named Saturday, talking about hate love and everything like that too. And I did love the way how they mixed in that Natalie Cole sample throughout. It kind of gives me MF Doom vibes. But at the same time too, part of me, in a weird way, part of me kind of wished it was a little bit longer and shit. You know what I'm saying? Part of me does like want maybe 2 minutes won't hurt and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like because it has like Kirky, like kind of positive kind of beat from De La Soul and stuff like that, which I feel like they always excel in that well and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like so, yeah, man. It's kind of going on me after a few listens and shit. You
huh.
know?
This reminded me of the Ooh Baby Baby song on Stakes Aside.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah,
like a disco type of roller skating jam. Had
yeah.
this type of sound, kind of disco-ish. You know, you had Yummy Bingham on here. She's singing, and it was a nice change up, a nice change of pace, a different sound. You know, Dela always did that with their albums. Always gave us something different. And yeah, this was no different. Than like they definitely gave us a different type of sound with this track.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. You're definitely right.
Yeah.
Um, then we got the next track called "The Package." Now, this is the first song produced by Pete Rock and everything like that too. Um, Pretty cool track. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like the other two Pete Rock beats a bit more than this one. Not saying that this one is bad though. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, he was on his bag with this album and shit like
Yeah,
that. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
There was a line that Paul said where he said, "If someone to take it back to when a b-boy first became a C-note chaser, now you stand right here. Talk less, listen more. That's saying right here. Those who trying to stay to those who trying to those who want to try us play it right here. Step to us with the Goliath. Got a David right here.
Mm,
Ooh, see that's the thing, man. Like Paz has always been like my favorite member of De La because of his wordplay, and he just has that. I feel like as the albums went on,
mhm.
his vocal tone is like a mixture of like
Yeah,
a street cat mixed in with a little bit of like Chuck D and everything like that too. You know, the same way how Chuck uses his voice as a commandment, as a weapon itself. Which
right.
why I always say Chuck D has the best voice in hip hop, bar none. But Pasta News is not that far behind Chuck D, if you ask me. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? Because I just feel like he brings in that seriousness. Like
right.
Dove brought in that everyday man. Maceo brought in that like that kind of uplifting, but Paz was kind of like the commanding voice of that group, if that makes sense. You know, the more I listen to De La, you know, especially if you listen to that song Down Syndrome from Stakes is High. Oh my lord, that nigga, woo! Let me stop. Let me go. Let me calm down. Let me calm down. Shit.
Yeah, this is definitely a dope first single. Real soulful. The horns, the soulful chops by Pete. Beat. Goy killed this one. He said, they going straight. Dan Stucky when we blast off. Mask on, mask off. The devil got a plan and a task force. A little prayer out to piss his ass off. Get your helmets fitted. We headed for a crash course. I feel like he threw a jab at Trump in that verse without
Oh,
saying
I
his
wouldn't be
name.
surprised.
Yeah, I feel like that was aimed at Trump. You know what I'm saying? And again, like De La was always ahead of their time. You know what I'm saying? And whatever unreleased stuff they used from Trugoy, it all makes sense now.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, it wouldn't be the first time a rapper threw shots at Trump.
Right.
All right, next song is a quick 16 for Mama featuring Killer Mike. Now this is another dope song right here. This was pretty much De La Soul's "Dear Mama," if that makes
Yeah.
sense, and they picked
Yeah.
the best rappers for that shit.
Right.
Killer Mike, because you know when Killer Mike
Uh
gets in
huh.
his emotional bag, man, you know he about to preach a sermon or some
Right.
shit, man. Killer, yo, that whole fucking Michael album, man, that was a whole fucking sermon,
Hmm.
man. Shit,
Oh yeah.
niggas got saved by that album. I tell you that
For
shit.
real.
But yeah, man. Yeah, this one was pretty dope, man. I definitely fuck with this one.
And this track was sounding different, even for Knots. Like I know Knots to do a lot of the
Right.
boom bap stuff for like Bad Seed. Shout out to Bad Seed and Asher Roth. He's done stuff for and Smith and Wesson, but this was like more of a calmer track. It was more R&B ish. He sounded like he sampled a Marvin Gaye track, and Paz was great. He said she made us walk with humbleness in our eyes. He said no wanting this and that. Be clear in what you need, and no sweat and tears may accompany the bleed. Just he's giving props to his mom and Killer Mike killed it as well. And I love this. This is something different for De La. They never did songs like this for their mom, and this shows the maturity of where they at in their life and their career as grown men with kids.
I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. You know what I'm saying? Um, Next song is "Just How It Is," sometimes featuring Jay Farrow and Garrett Donkin. Yes, Jay Farrow, the comedian, the SNL alum. Honestly, he does one of the best Jay-Z
Yeah,
impersonations I've ever seen.
tell you.
Like he's so fucking underrated. Why is he not like a bigger star than he is? Like why is it always fucking
Mhm.
Pete Davidson and shit?
Because he's
Like
white and he dates the celebrity bitches. You know.
oh, oh brother. Oh shit. So yeah, this one is pretty much a cool song and shit like that too. This was produced by Eric and Joshua and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Part of the Little Dragon band
Yeah.
and shit.
But,
I'm gonna be real, I'm not too familiar with their stuff, so I'm not gonna act like I know
mm.
their music and shit like that too. So if I'm kind of pissing off people, I don't give a
I
fuck right
listen. I
now.
listened to one of their albums like 10 years ago. I forgot the name of it, but I remember listening to them, and then they had a Tiny Desk. They were on the Last Daylight album, the Anonymous Nobody.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they were on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this sounds alright. It's alright.
Mhm. This was dope. This was like a song about cheating, like positive, describing a relationship going wrong, and it plays out on social media where people are deleting, each other's pictures and stuff. And he's saying, but back to the purge, you just deleted the picture when he gave you that money to splurge, and the one of y'all in first heading to Brazil, the one in Hollywood by the sign on the hill, the video of y'all taking pics of your meals and edits to remove his ass, so you don't have to put entire pics in the trash. So he's talking about a relationship going wrong between two people, and it plays out on social media, and there's pics and videos being deleted, and which is something that happens today. So I think a lot of people could relate to this song.
Exactly. All right. Moving on, we got Cruel Summer's Bring Fire Life featuring Yukimi, another sweeter singer part of the Little Dragon group. So this one is kind of like a mashup kind of song, which they kind of said it in the beginning and stuff like that. So Yukimi pretty much to sing like the first verse and the chorus of Bananarama's song Cruel Summer,
Bananarama.
which Bananarama, thank you.
Yeah.
Insert Reggie fucks up name joke here. Um yeah, so but the second half pretty much uses like a Quincy Jones sample
Hmm.
and the famous Roy Ayers sample. Everybody loves the sunshine, which anytime I hear that song in a sample,
Hmm.
I never get disappointed. It can
Yeah.
the song can be whack, but motherfuckers might use that shit as a sample, and I might fuck with it because that's like one of the most classic songs ever, man.
Right.
Rest in peace, Ayers, man.
Oh yeah.
Man, we're losing a lot of our legends, man. Like,
Definitely. I was just thinking. I'm like, you're a DJ. This would be something that you could play like at a event that
oh,
you did.
I
Uh-huh.
did, of
Oh, okay, you did. Okay.
course, man.
Yeah. But this is a song for the DJs. I think the DJs will have fun with this one. This the mashup and the way
Yeah,
that they mixed a Bananarama's Cool Summer, a huge hit in the '80s with some Quincy Jones and then Roy Ayers. So I love that whole mashup that they did.
yeah, I love it too. It kind of gives me like that early 20 teens house kind of house
Yeah.
vibe and like that too. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with this one definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Next song we got is "A Day in the Sun," "Getting with You," featuring Q-Tip and Yummy Bingham. Um, Pretty dope record right here. Again, Super Dave West produced this one. It kind of has like a grind date feel. I won't be
Uh-huh.
surprised if
They
it
do.
had this. Okay, I'm not the only one. Bet,
Yeah.
bet. Yo,
It do like the beat and the whole the bass line and remember Yummy was doing stuff with them even back then. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And yeah, like the minute I heard it, I'm like, yo, this could have been a part of the Grande.
Oh yeah, man. That whole grind date album. Oh
Yeah,
my lord, that album is so fucking expensive now. I
it
saw it one time
is.
$125 on vinyl. I was like, you gotta be
Bro.
fucking shitting me right now.
Well, I got some new pickups. I wanted to show it tonight, but the camera's tripping. But I got to show you, like, yo, there's one CD that I got that's $70 on Amazon. It's out of print.
Isn't the artist I like?
Yes, I mean, it's a group that we talked about in the past. So we talked about the
I,
album.
I can't wait to
Group.
see this. I
Yeah,
can't wait.
I'm like $70. Are you fucking kidding me?
Let me tell you something. When it comes to vinyls,
Uh,
my limit is maybe $37,
yeah.
depending on the rarity.
Uh,
And when it comes to CDs, my limit is like 25 for CDs.
right. No, I
Cause
didn't pay. I didn't pay 70 for that. I looked on Amazon to see how much it was because it's out of print on Amazon. It's $70 on Amazon.
oh, I know you didn't pay 70. I know
Nah,
you ain't
hell
crazy.
no. Like yeah, like the for vinyl, the most I will pay is 40. Cause like I paid 27 for Nostradamus, and that was I only got it because I was at a Illmatic event. But
You played
um,
$27 for
yeah, I played
Nostradamus,
27 for Nostradamus on vinyl. Yeah.
but Wow. But
Uh-huh.
you got at me when I bought China
Well,
Doll.
well, I did. No, again, I don't like that. I don't like the album like that. But I was at a pop up event for Illmatic when they were celebrating the 25th anniversary, and out of all the vinyl that they were selling, that's the only one that I didn't have. Like I had Illmatic and it was written in the rest of them, but I didn't have Nostradamus, so I bought it. You know what I'm saying? It was part of the event, you know, and I like some songs from Nostradamus, but it's not a great album. But yeah, I paid 27 for that on vinyl. Normally, if that was any other time, I would have never paid 27 for that album. But that I think the most I would pay for vinyl would be 40 and CD maybe like 35 or something. I'm not going over 35 for a CD. It had to be like some Prince shit that I like. You know, like how they re-releasing Prince, the Prince stuff. Like they just released Around the World in a Day on CD and vinyl. It had to be some shit like that. Cause if it's like some regular shit, I ain't doing that. But if it's like some special edition shit that I really want, then I would do it.
Honestly, man, as much as I love some of the remastered editions of the Prince, I'm good with this streaming only because I saw some of the price on that one.
Yeah,
Motherfucker was trying to sell me, I
I,
think $40 for the musicology on
right.
CD. Y'all you tripping,
Nah, they
motherfucker.
bugging. They bugging. There's stores that have the OG copy for that for $10. You don't need to pay no 40 for
I think I got it on vinyl cheaper than that,
that.
but it was vinyl. I never
The,
seen that album on vinyl.
I will say the around the world in a day vinyl looks beautiful because it has
It
like a
does.
glossy, it comes in like a glossy case or whatever. It
It
looks good.
does.
And I have the OG copy, but again, that's not. It wasn't one of my favorite Prince albums. Though. I like some songs on that, but I would if I really wanted it. That's the only way I would pay that much for that album.
Now, if they ever, in keyword, are we going to continue with this review, y'all? If they ever drop the Parade remaster and has some unreleased shit that was not
Yeah.
on hits and B
Oh yeah,
sides,
yeah.
oh
Definitely.
motherfucker, I'm gonna get that shit
Yeah. Definitely.
because
That was one of my favorites.
I'm trying to fathom my head like why that album does not have a remastered edition. Like I love
Mm-hmm.
Purple Rain, I love 1999, I
Mm-hmm.
love Diamonds and Pearls, but nigga, I think it's because the movie. I think it's because the movie was still.
Right.
Parade should have had a remastered deluxe edition, with
Mm-hmm.
especially with money. I think it was like Level Money or some shit. Oh my!
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's gonna come out at some point. They eventually that's gonna come out. 'Cause, people were bitching about the Around the World in a Day deluxe that there's no B sides for it.
Shit, I'm not
You know what
surprised.
I'm saying? Like anything that they had out was on like the hits compilation or like the 12-inch, but they didn't come out with no like unreleased shit for the remaster.
I feel like they're gonna re-release the hits and the B sides at one point too.
Yeah. What they're gonna put like more stuff on there?
Maybe they might have like
Or,
a volume two.
or
Maybe
just have like a colored vinyl?
I feel like they might have like what I think they might do like a volume two and add some more shit. But
Right.
with the Prince Estate, you don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Don't know what they're fucking gonna do because he had some dope B sides for the Diamonds and Pearl era, but
Right.
he did have some whack shit. I'm not gonna hold it, especially with that Tony
He has
Allen
a
record.
he has a lot of shit. He has a lot of albums that's unreleased, a lot of songs and stuff he did for other people.
Right.
You know.
But yeah, let's get back to this
Yeah,
review and shit.
I love this song. Yummy again, Yummy Bingham and her thing. I feel like this is like her true coming out party. Even though she's done stuff with Della like years ago, but she's featured more on this album. I feel like, yo, like where's her album at? Because she only dropped like one project. Then she been singing. I'm like, we need to hear more from Yummy. And I loved her on the hook. Q-Tip killed it on here. You know, he said, "Can I tell you about the sun? Can I make you believe that in the summer when they burn it and win out the leaves, look at me staying on green, keeping a healthy machine. That's how our function could be. Start this production with me. Loved his flow on this, and it's been a long time since I heard a Q-Tip on anything, and he killed it.
For real. And we still wait on that last Zulu album and shit.
Yeah, that's never coming out.
Alright. Next joint we got is called Running Back featuring Nas. Nas is continuing his guest appearance run and shit like that too in 2025 and everything like that too, you know what I'm saying? Pretty dope track and everything, you know what I'm saying? Just them giving love to the game and shit, you know what I'm saying? Of course Nas did his thing on this one. Love the fact that he paid homage to a lot of these newer cats now, like fucking
Hmm.
Shabuzi and
Yeah.
Doshi, SZA, and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, Leon Thomas, which that dude is gonna be somebody. That Leon Thomas is
Hmm.
a problem. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, that's pretty much what I got from that track.
Love his verse. He said, as well as the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, how it was sick, how did it slip? Now it's just Doechii, Dot, and Scissor with most powerful hits. Leon Thomas, Shabuzi with the country rap. Only black artists on top of the chart, something's whack. Not only love and only black, don't start with that. The problem hatch, probably with Napster back in 99, in fact, was not the problem getting diamond plaques. He cries inside about it, never, he just runs it back. Loved his verse and him giving props to Kendrick and Scissor and Shabuzi and Leon Thomas and Doechii and you know, throwing in the whole Napster thing when Napster was huge back in the 99, 2000s, and you know, people were downloading songs and the industry was losing money and people stopped buying albums, and then you had the mixtape era come in, and now I feel like we're back to a place where we're not just streaming, but there's still people out here that's still buying albums like you and me. We're still physical media collectors, and we still like to read the credits, and we like to look at the pics, and I don't think that ever will die. I think physical media will always be here no matter what the format is for music at that time, and I love the fact that Nas put all that in his verse, and this is a great song, and he definitely killed it with De La.
Yeah, you're right about that. All right. Next track we got is called "Different World." This is featuring Gina Long and another produced track from Pete Rock. Very dope usage of a Jermaine Jackson sample
Uh-huh.
and everything like that too, which I don't use those words often
Right,
on this channel and stuff
not for
like that.
Jermaine, right?
Well, let me stop because Jermaine Jackson didn't made some good hip hop. So a lot of motherfuckers used to kind of sample his shit along
Right,
over the years, especially that "My Name Is Jermaine" album. A lot of cats sampled from that album and stuff
right.
like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Um,
But yeah, man. Yeah, this one was pretty good. It definitely is like a radio friendly song, but it's fire at the same time too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this one was pretty high. I ain't gonna front.
love this beat by Pete Rock, soulful, the bass line, the beat. That again, it sounded like Marvin Gaye was being sampled off of here. It was real soulful and melodic. You know, you have Posh talking about Dave being gone and how it made him feel. What we earned is another angel on our side, or is it too hard for me to cry? Because we hold too much on the lie to ourselves for saying we are strong and wrong for being selfish and wishing you had never died. It's like we lost the limb but gained the wind. But Mason and I would rather be whole. I loved his that whole verse. Both his verses actually I loved, and him, you know, letting people know how he felt about Dave dying. Again, like the whole album is dedicated to Dave. Throughout the album, every song is a reference to Dave or they mention Dave, and you know, and even we have Dave on here for a couple songs, not on every track, couple songs, and he produced a couple joints, and this is like a great send off, a great thank you to Dave. Thank you, Dave.
Right. All right. Next track we got is Patty Cake featuring excuse me, produced by Jake One. I'm gonna be real with you. This might be my least favorite song on the album. To be a
Mm,
buck with you.
okay.
Yeah. Not saying that's a bad song. I just didn't really care for it too much and everything like that too. Yeah, it was alright. It was alright.
I love the fact that they turned the song from like a childhood game into a dope song. Patty cake, bake his man, bake me a cake as fast as you can. Throw it in the oven for my baby and me so we can feed the mind of a child who can't see, who ain't got vision but he rock Louis shades. He ain't paying dues, he rather get paid. I love that. Like that was just that only Della could do dope shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They could take like a childhood game that we played and turn it into a dope song like this. And I don't know who it is. Remember at the end of the song, there's a guy talking about how he felt like when they would the Dilla beat tape should have never came out. He didn't feel like it was good, and he felt like there was people only supporting Dilla, and it was a sinking ship. And it was like he's saying like get off the sinking ship. Like why you're still on the sinking ship. So I don't know who that was. They didn't say who that was, but it's some guy talking at the end of it saying that he didn't like the Dilla tape or whatever.
Definitely. Mm. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
Track number 14 is The Silent Life of the Truth. Um, Another one of my favorite tracks from this album and stuff. This again was produced by Primo, and it's again a very dope beat for Primo and shit like that. Okay, I'm kind
Yeah.
of
Right.
having high hopes, having high hopes and shit. So yeah, yeah, this one right here was pretty good. All the members did their thing on this one and shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is a favorite.
Primo said, I could fuck up Ransom and Rock Marcy album, but I cannot fuck up De La's album. Because I felt like if he
Oh yeah,
did, he would have got the most backlash ever. You know what I'm saying? And
fact,
he came hard again with this track. It was fire. This is the Primo I want to hear moving forward. Haas did this thing on here. You got the classic Primo scratching as well. Love it.
definitely. All right, next track is called NF featuring Black Thought. You know what I'm saying? Um, Another pretty dope track right here and shit too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just talking about some scandalous chicks on this record right here. Black Thought he did his thing on this one. This again was also produced by Primo here and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I fuck with this one.
This is fire. It's another Primo banger. I love the horn loop on it as well. The bass line, Black Thought killed it. He said, "Look, I'm sick of following the masses. I'm sick of giving up games to niggas failing classes. Niggas lame. I'm sick of half-ass hip-hop flows. Sick of passport bros. Sick of hoes with the same fat ass and short nose." Killed it. One of the best Black Thought verses this year. This is already one of my favorite Primo tracks.
Definitely. All right. Next track is called "Believe in Him," featuring Stout and K Butler and the Collective. This was produced by Super Dave West again. Again, another pretty sly track right here, pretty dope track and stuff like that too. Very dope beat and shit. Yeah. This one right here was not bad.
This was hip hop gospel. This was a hip hop gospel track. The beat was fire. I felt like they had De La taking us to church with this one. And again, like it all fits within the theme of the album for Dave, and we never heard De La do a gospel track until now. This is like their version of a gospel track, and I loved it.
Right. Next track we got is Yours featuring Common and Slick Rick. Um, Another favorite track of mine right here. You know what I'm saying? Slick Rick, another legend has it. I love if you want to say. and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And ironically, Common reunited with Pete Rock after last year's Stellar album
Yeah.
and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? They all did their thing right here. I love the fact how Slick Rick incorporated the Hey Young World and stuff like that too.
Mhm.
Kind of like a 2025 version of that song. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Very, very, very dope song. I love this record.
Oh yeah. This was great. I want to say this is the first time that Common and Dilla have worked together since Stakes is High, if I'm not mistaken.
Um, I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right, bro.
Yeah, that was like 90 96. It's like almost 20 years he didn't work with Dilla on the album. It was great to hear Common on the Dilla album again. You killed it. Pete Rock with the beat, it's fire. This whole Young World theme with Slick Rick. Another artist that on Mass Appeal that released a dope album this year. Love this track. Common saying, and there's no forever young section. No, Pops was saying that, and there's no forever young section. And Common says, coming of age, but age can't hold hostage. This relationship with truth, God, and stay monogamous. Living just enough for the metropolis. I'm an optimist. My binoculars, I know God is watching this. Loved his flow. De La killed it. One of my favorite tracks on this album. This should be a single. I think they definitely got to release this as a single.
Yeah, I agree with you about that.
Yeah,
All right. Next song we got is "Palm of His Hands," featuring Bilal. Um, Another kind of like spiritual track right here. You can tell this is like another kind of tribute to Dave in a way. Bilal, another underrated cat right there. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with this record right here. This one right here is not bad.
this was fire. Another banging Pete Rock beat, the bass line on here, the pianos. I would have loved to hear Bilal do more with his hook. Like he just sounded robotic. I wanted to hear more ad libbing from him, more extra vocals. Paz killed it. I loved his verse. He said, how are we still here? Only God knows why. A smile on our heart with the legacy tatted up with legal issues, though we never tore apart. Love this track. Again, the references to Dave and them not never breaking up, and it was great, great collab.
Definitely. All right. After that, we got "Is Cabin in the Sky." Another one of my favorites and shit. A nice way to end off this record in a way, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like a tribute to Dave. It's pretty much a posthumous solo and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? You know, mostly he probably does some of his most pronounced rapping here and stuff like that. He had a line where he says, "Just can't stop me from seeing them cabins in the sky. Just trying to receive our daily bread together. No one's the king. We all let together. Seems these days revenge and stuff like that."
Yeah, I loved it. Again, like this is dedicated to Dave and Paz just um sharing his thoughts of not no longer having his partner and his friend here with him. And he's saying, but still in disbelief, lost
Right.
my brother Dave. But what keeps me sane from the grief is to stay rooted in it. If the wind gets severe, every line in the song holds love in tears. I love the track. Like the whole title track with fire. It really is the theme for the whole album, and it was great.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Uh, and the last track on this album is "Don't Push Me." Now, this is pretty much a Dove solo track and everything, using the chorus of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, "The Message." Y'all should know about that song. I don't have to go through it. You know what I'm saying? With this track, he's pretty much explaining the cabins in the sky, where he's all like explaining that the cabins is pretty much a metaphor to that utopia, that paradise, and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I love the line where he says, "The only ring she sing around her collar, but we going to do our dirty wash together. Baby got this walk, make a blind man whistle. Her mouth, Hoover is more like a whistle." You know what I'm saying? Pretty dope record. I fuck with it.
Yeah, and I love the beat by Dave. I love the fact that they saved the Dave solo track for last on the album, and it closes out the album. And when you hear it, it was really dreamy. It was lighthearted. It was melodic. It really has like a ambiance to the track, and the whole theme of cabin in the sky and the afterlife. And Dave saying, yo, Tuesday morning, I ring up on the door. Wednesday morning, come knock a little more. Door crack open. They be like, who is it? Mr. 86, come pay that ass a visit. Sleet, rain, or snow, and even through the blizzard. That was fire. And then at the end, you got Giancarlo Esposito. He closes out the track and he says, thank you, Dave. And that's the whole album right there. That sets the whole tone for the ending and the whole theme of the album. And I love the fact that they saved that for last to let Dave close out the album because he's still here. Even we don't see him in the physical, he will always be here with us.
Right, I definitely agree with you about that. All right, so overall, this one album is a very great album in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Very strong album. Love the production on this record. You know what I'm saying? Just De La kind of going back to their roots and everything, but at the same time still pushing their sound forward and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a very, very, very strong album. And I can honestly say this might be their best album since the grind date, possibly.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I'll probably give this 4.5 out of 5. I'm gonna go with that.
The only thing I didn't like about this album is not enough Dave on here. This sounds like a positive new solo album with with Maceo, and I don't know why. I mean, the only thing I can see is they probably finished the album after they passed away. But I know De La has a ton of unreleased stuff. I knew about their unreleased stuff since the '90s. That's how much stuff they have that's still unheard. Like even when it came to when they were doing the trilogy of artificial intelligence, we still haven't gotten part three yet for that. We only got two parts. So they have a lot of unreleased stuff. There's no reason why they couldn't take some more unreleased vocals from Dave and put it on the album. You know what I'm saying? Like we only get Dave on like what, maybe 3 songs out of 20.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's not enough. Like for him, I know this is a proper send off, but I feel like we needed more Dave on the album. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at the Mobb Deep album, they did a great job, Havoc and Alchemist, of having Prodigy on every song because Mobb Deep has unreleased. There were a ton of unreleased materials as well as Prodigy. You know what I'm saying? And that was done. That was done right. That's my only gripe with the album. I just felt like it should have been. It should have been more Dave on here. I just feel like 3 appearances is not enough. But this is a phenomenal album. Like for what Paz had, the unfortunate passing, for what Paz had to deal with, he really put the album on his shoulders and he did his thing on it. He ran with it. Love the production. Like I said, Pete Rock and Primo have the best tracks on here by far. And this is
Right.
if this is the Primo that we're gonna get in December with Nas, that will be an instant classic. I'm calling it now. But I need to hear more consistency from Primo because we know of the last decade he hasn't given us that. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of uh, 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 albums and artists he's done, whether it was Griselda or Russ or Chance the Rapper or he even did a remix with Miley Cyrus, and they were all trash. Okay, the last two albums that he came out with Ransom and Rock Marcy were very mid. Was not great at all. But on this Della album, he had to come with it because I feel like if he didn't, that's when people would have started waking up like, yo, maybe Primo is falling off. But he shut the critics up at least for this album. But I need to hear more consistency from Primo. That Nas album has to hit. You know what I'm saying? But for this one album, he had some of the best production on here. So salute to Preem. He's a legend. But that's the Primo I need to hear again. That's the Primo I need to hear again. And he definitely delivered. Pete Rock, same with him. He delivered on here. Um, I love the whole theme and the concept of from the intro when they all in class with the artists and they in a classroom and the teacher Giancarlo Esposito, a great actor. He's been in many great movies and shows. And him being the teacher and at, doing the roll call and they're looking for Dave. They can't find Dave, but Dave is on the album. I just wanted a little bit more Dave on here, but I loved it. I loved how they did that, the whole album theme, and paying homage to Dave, and if this is gonna be the last De La album, I don't think it will be because they have a ton of unreleased stuff. But if it's the last official De La album, they went out in the right way, and I'm giving this 4.5. I think it is one of the best albums of the year. There's a lot of great albums of the year. I think we've been saying that all year. This is a monumental year for hip hop and our legends and Mass Appeal. And I think again, Mass Appeal has another classic this year with Cabin in the Sky. I love Day in the Sun, great single. Sunny Storm should be a single as well. The Primo track that was
Right.
one of the best. Different World, the Pete Rock joint, that should be a single. That was one of the best. That's how it is sometimes. I love that whole story with the relationship going wrong and it plays out on social media. The Package, great first single. Yours with Slick Rick and who else was on that? Common, I think, was on that too. That was a great
Yeah.
song. A lot of joints could come up with this album as a single. It was that great. They didn't. It wasn't too feature heavy. They had certain features, but they didn't overload it with different features. And just a phenomenal, great De La Soul album in 2025. Salute to De La Soul, and it's definitely already on my list of one of the best albums for this year.
Exactly.
Yes, he did a remix from Miley Cyrus.
Shit. That's interesting. So I was watching some of your Unc's podcast
Uh,
the other night. Y'all talking about Patti LaBelle
oh God,
and shit.
I think he's making this. He's becoming the R&B troll now. First it was he felt like the Ozzy Brothers was trash. Now Patty, but you give props to Lloyd. Lloyd who can't sing a fucking lick,
When I think him and his friend said she ain't got no hits. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute,
bro.
wait a minute.
I
Like,
he, I think he's doing that to get views. I'm like, that you Unc, you don't need to do that. We didn't come from this era. Like we're from the old school. We didn't have to like say stupid shit just to get views and clicks. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
And now it's one thing if you don't like them, but to flat out come out and say Ozzy Brothers is trash is like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I totally disagree with that.
that's his opinion. That's his opinion. It just be like, wow.
But he don't have no valid reason why. It's like when you ask him, it's like he just feel like they were overrated. I'm like, well, tell us why they overrated. Don't just say that they're overrated. You know what I'm saying? His whole thing is like they didn't have a, they fell off and they needed Chris Jasper to write them hit records and they didn't come back to like the late '80s, early '90s. I'm like, bro, they had hits way before they even came out again in the '90s.
They
They were
even
being
had his.
sampled.
They
You know
even
what I
had
mean?
his way before Chris Jasper wrote for them. Let's keep it a
Yeah,
buck.
they were being sampled. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ice Cube sampled them. Biggie sampled them for like one of their most biggest hits ever. You know what I'm saying? You know, R. Kelly and Puff reintroduced Ron Isley as Mr. Biggs for the '90s for my generation, and that was a smart move. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now people know him as Mr. Biggs, Ron Isley. You know what I'm saying? He had a great career. He's a Hall of Famer. How were they trash? But you love Lloyd? I can't name a fucking Lloyd record.
Uh, Lloyd's dope though.
Nah, he ain't for me.
He ain't touching, but he ain't touching like Isley's or
He,
Patty.
he never hell no.
But even as much as I love the Isley brothers, they did have some periods where they had some droughts and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Mobb Deep ain't come out with an album since 2014, and they gave us a phenomenal album this year. That was a 10-year drought, 11-year drought, and they came back after 11 years with a great album. Like it's gonna happen. There's not gonna be every artist is not gonna be on top all the time. You know,
Yeah.
De La Soul dropped. They ain't dropped an album in 9 years, and they came back this year with a great album. It's gonna happen. Some artists can stay consistent and year in and year out, and some can't. You know,
And yeah. Sometimes people have to perfect their shit before they come out.
right? Yeah, I'm just be saying all kind of shit, man. I just like you just want to get views by saying shit like that. You know,
But yeah, I do wish them success though.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
man, I'm actually. You said what?
Now, well,
I was about to say I was about to end this off in a couple of minutes. I gotta get some sleep for work.
eh,
They already got inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame back in
yeah.
'92.
He wasn't born then. You got to excuse him for that. We know you wasn't born. You were just born yesterday. We understand. Go back and look at
I
it
mean, I
on.
wasn't.
Go back and look at it on the YouTube channel. Oh, both of them
I
wasn't
wasn't
born yet.
born.
Oh shit.
I was born in '92.
Oh, so you wasn't born either. So did you get a chance to see it?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Okay, well there you go, Q. Go back on the YouTube channel and watch it. You wasn't born either. You get a pass for that.
Yeah, I think Little Richard inducted him.
It's like,
But yeah, I might end this off right here. I gotta get some sleep for work soon.
yeah,
But yeah, man. This was a dope review we just did and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to De La Soul. Shout out to hip hop in general.
yes. Hip hop is doing it this year. Like, fuck what Billboard got to say. We don't need rap on the charts. Rap is killing it. It's the biggest movement ever on the planet. I love hip hop culture. I love black culture. We ruling. We taking this shit.
Exactly.
Don't believe the narratives and they trying to shut down rap for pop. Ain't nobody good in pop but The Weeknd and Lady Gaga. Fuck everybody else.
Facts. But yeah, man. I might come out with some other shit later on this week. I just gotta well, what's Thanksgiving? Well, I'll see what I can do. But yeah, if I
Okay.
don't come back, hope y'all have a good Thanksgiving
Me too,
and
man.
everything like that
Don't need
too.
too
You
much.
know,
You
shit.
be you be having like 5 course meals on a regular day, so Thanksgiving will be like 10 course meal and shit. Shit,
Shit,
Rest can have you can have like 2 plates full of food, yo. Fucking macaroni and cheese, collard greens, chitlins, chicken, turkey, pasta. What else you gonna have? His whole he get two plates of food gonna be full.
Shit, I don't even eat chitlins.
I just threw that in there.
Shit.
You know.
But yeah, I'll probably do something later on this week though. But just
Yeah.
stay tuned and shit. You know what I'm saying? But y'all be safe out here. Peace.
Peace.